Good afternoon. It's September the 11th. I remember very plainly what I was doing 18 years ago on this day. Some of you will as well. The interesting fact is, most of the students in the Swain County school system don't remember that day. Matter of fact, the only way they will remember it is if someone has shared the video or the story of the tragic events that happened. We are today with some of our youngest students who don't even have a clue about what September the 11th is about other than what we're telling them here at Bright Adventures. I'm sitting with Tricia Chapman, and she is the director at Bright Adventures and has some very strong, exciting goals for this group of students and her staff. Now, Tricia, I understand that one of the things that you discovered last year is that family engagement is incredibly important, and you are working this year to strengthen that after hearing from some of your families last year that this is an area of need. One of the goals has to do with something called Fish Friday. Why don't you tell us about that?
So last year at a parent and family engagement meeting, we talked about how we can share curriculum with families in a useful way that makes use of your time in the best way. So we created what we're calling Fish Friday. It stands for Family Involvement Starts Here, because we believe that Bright Adventures is the foundation for building a strong relationship with families. So Fish Friday is a video that comes out on Friday. It will post on our Facebook page. We've had 3 so far, so go back and find them. They focus on a single objective that your student is working on here at Bright Adventures, like language development, listening skills, social emotional development, those sorts of things. And I highlight things that we're doing here in the classroom so you can see your children in action, and also how you can overlap those at home as well.
One of the things, Trish, that I am exceptionally concerned about is graduation of students 12, 13 years after they leave Bright Adventures. And one of the interesting pieces of data that we have is that when a student comes through Bright Adventures, we almost never lose them as a dropout if they continue in the Swain County school system. The record is astounding on that. Now, graduating is significantly linked to attendance. And I've been making a push this month because this is Chronic Absenteeism Awareness Month. I've been making a push that we need to have our students in school. I know that attendance habits begin here. Do you have attendance concerns for students here? And how can we help?
Certainly. So this year we set the foundation for attendance patterns. Children are learning about school and the value of school. So if parents make that effort to make sure that our children are here every day, the message that our children receive is that school's important and they need to be here consistently. They also become more familiar with the pattern of learning. They learn those foundational skills with a solid basis so that when they move on to kindergarten, two things. They understand that school's important and they need to be there, and they have that solid foundation to build upon.
And one of the things that we have to remember is that pre-kindergarten, Bright Adventures, and kindergarten are sometimes looked at as optional, and perhaps they are in some ways, but if we want our students in 2019 to be successful, this foundation is critical for them. I also have data that supports that if a student does not come through Bright Adventures, that they struggle more when they get to kindergarten, first grade, second grade. That's why I want every student who is 4-year-old in Swain County in this program. That's one of my goals too. We just don't have enough space yet. So we're working towards that. You know, I'm thinking about September the 11th makes me realize that heroes come from all different walks of life, including the teachers that we have here. And another group of people that sometimes we tend to overlook, and those are our support staff, teacher assistants, custodians, bus drivers, maintenance. And I want to share with you a letter that I received today about one of our custodians at another school, but it could just as easily be from here, and how that custodian saved a child's life, and almost no one knows about that, but that child does, and it has significantly shaped the way she thinks about herself and what she wants to do. Now, I'm not going to tell you the student's name because I want to allow them to have some anonymity, but one of the custodians at West one day. He came out a door and saw a child choking. And let me tell you the story. She said, "I would consider you to be my hero because in 3rd grade I choked. I remember you coming out of some door and you were running to me and doing the Heimlich. I can't really remember what happened. It was all so fast. But next thing I remember is you carrying me down the stairs and asking if I was all okay. All I could answer was with a thumbs up. I'm very grateful for your work. I also wanted to tell you I am CPR certified now. I can save someone's life too. Is it unusual for a kid to know CPR? I don't know, but I think everyone should. Good thing you popped up at the right time. Thanks again." We have heroes all over Swain County. You have them here, like the young lady who helps as an individual student who struggles to walk sometimes. And today, I just want to reach out and I want to say thank you to all of our support staff. I hesitate to drop any names because as soon as I do, I'll leave somebody's name out, and each one has a special value here in Swain County Schools. Now, one of the things that we are concerned about here at Bright Adventures is parking and traffic. We've spent a lot of time talking about that for the high school. Tell us about some of the parking and traffic things that we're doing here.
Because of our location, we have very limited space here in front of our building, which means that the traffic needs to flow in a very specific pattern to keep our students safe. So we've added some signage to help parents know where they should park. We've also added some videos, both on our Facebook page and others will be coming out as well, showing you exactly what you need to do to keep our students safe. A big piece of that is when we add school buses into the parking lot, the space becomes even more constricted. So whenever there's a bus in our parking lot, we want to make sure that you are staying parked in your vehicle so that the bus can unload and load children safely.
And if I'm not mistaken, you and Joe Holt have put together a presentation that will actually help those who are coming to Bright Adventures see what they'll be looking at in order to follow the correct traffic pattern. And so I'm going to say my farewells at this point to all of you, and thank you for watching us again. But after I'm gone and we're done here, Joe is going to interject Trisha's video presentation about parking. So I would ask you to watch it carefully. We had a couple of 2 or 3 times last year where students were not in real safe positions because people in cars weren't paying very close attention. So watch the video, help us maintain safety down here. And on this September 11th in 2019, a big shout out to anyone who serves our country or acts as a first responder, serves in law enforcement, or helps keep us safe and healthy in any way. Thanks to each of them. Thanks to each of you. God bless you and have a great day.
Hi, I'm Trisha Chapman, the director here at Bright Adventures Pre-K. We want to talk to you for a moment about keeping your children safe here in the parking lot. When you're dropping off and picking up your child here at Pre-K, we want you to park along the right-hand side of the hill here with our visitor parking signs. You're going to get out of your vehicle, walk your child into their classroom, sign them in, and then come back to your vehicle. From there, we want you to go all the way down to the bottom gravel lot where you'll turn around and then come back up and exit the parking lot at the top. Behind me, you'll see the gravel lot where we want you to turn around before leaving the parking lot. Please do not turn around in the main parking lot, but come all the way down here, make your turn, and then come back out and exit through the top. This is also the lot where the buses turn around, so make sure you're watching out for them and driving slowly and carefully. This procedure applies to both morning and afternoons. Also, please remember that by state law, if the school bus is stopped and the arm is out, we need all vehicles to stop. This makes sure that we don't have little kids moving when there are also vehicles moving. We thank you for trusting us with your children, and we're enjoying learning with them and about them this year.